Good morning, dear class. The topic that today we are going to start is inspiration or inhalation. Inspiration or inhalation occurs when the volume of the cavity is increased. The ribs move up and outwards, while the diaphragm moves down. When the volume increases, the pressure in the chest cavity becomes lower than the outside atmospheric air. Now, inhalation or inspiration is when we breathe in air. जब हम नॉस्ट्रल से जो हमारे नोज़ में दो नॉस्ट्रल्स प्रेजेंट हैं, जब हम उनसे एयर इनटेक करते हैं, देन दैट प्रोसेस इज़ नोन एज इंस्पिरेशन. एंड इंस्पिरेशन अकर्स व्हेन वॉल्यूम ऑफ कैविटी इज़ इंक्रीज्ड. जो हमारे लंग्स के ऊपर जो रिब्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, व्हेन वी इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन द रिब्स मूव अप एंड आउटवर्ड्स while the diaphragm moves down. Diaphragm, as you all know, the muscular cavity that is present lower the ribs. So what is the process? During inhalation, the volume of cavity is increased, ribs move upward and outwards, and the diaphragm moves down. The volume is increased, the pressure in the chest cavity becomes lower than the outside atmospheric pressure, and as a result air from the atmosphere forces in through the nose and trachea into the lungs get filled with air. Now this is a very simple process. You can understand also when you blow a balloon. You can understand the functioning of inhalation of lungs by the blowing of balloon. Like suppose you blow a balloon, then when we blow the air, the area inside the balloon increases. The shape of the balloon increases. It occupies some space. The pressure becomes lower than the outside atmospheric pressure, and as the result, the atmosphere forces less pressure on it. So this is the process that you can understand by the blowing of balloon also. Next is aspiration or exhalation. Now aspiration or exhalation is the process of breathing out of the air. You know, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. During exhalation, ribs move down and inwards while the diaphragm moves back to its position. It reduces the volume of chest, putting pressure on the lungs, and the air is pushed out of the lungs. Now during exhalation, you know, exhalation is the process of giving out of air. So ribs move down and inwards and the diaphragm moves back in position. When the air is inhaled out, the lungs are again empty and the diaphragm is back to in its position. This reduces the volume of the chest, putting pressure on the lungs, and the air is pushed out. An adult human inhales 20.14% of oxygen and gives out 16.3% oxygen. The percent of inhalation of carbon dioxide is 0.40% and exhalation is 4.4%. Now this is the percentage of an adult human being, his inhalation of oxygen and giving out of oxygen, inhalation and exhalation of carbon dioxide. I hope you have understood the process of inspiration and aspiration.